Hello, smart mathematicians. Let's do question 12. This is the last question for our paper. So let's try to discuss this. Right, in the diagram alongside, B is the center of the circle. B is the center of the circle. And then we're given the equation x squared minus 5x plus y minus 3 in the bracket squared is equal to 0. ABC is diameter. F of x, this line, goes through the origin, and then C here is 4. The coordinates of C are 4, 1. 4, y coordinate 4, x coordinate 4, y coordinate 1. Right, if h of x is equal to f of x plus px plus t, find the values of p and t so that h is a tangent to at point C. So we want to find the equation of the tangent. Right, so what do we need here? F is not the tangent, you can see that. So it means we can find the equation of the tangent. Let's try to draw the tangent here. Right, we know that the tangent is perpendicular to the diameter or radius. So if we can get the gradient of BC or the gradient of AC, then we can get the gradient of the tangent. Okay, remember the gradient of lines that are perpendicular are negative reciprocals of each other. Right, so we can get the gradient of BC, and then from the gradient of BC, we're going to get the gradient of the tangent, and then from there, we're going to find the equation of the tangent. Okay, right, let's try to do that, and then, so we can find the coordinates of B here. How can we find the coordinates of B from this equation? We have to write our equation in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared, isn't it? We have to write our equation in this form, and then we can find the coordinates of what? Of the center there. Okay, right, so what do we need to do? This part is already fine, so we need to deal with this part. What do we do? We have to complete the square. We have to complete the square. By the way, how do we complete the square? We find half of the coefficient of x, and then we square it, and then we add and subtract that square. So it becomes x squared minus 5x, and then what is half of negative 5? It is negative 5 over 2. Just leave it as a fraction. Okay, use it as a fraction is fine. So it's negative 5 over 2. Then we square that negative 5 over 2, and then we add and subtract it. So it's going to be plus, and then negative 5 over 2 squared, and then we've added it, and then we subtract it, and then minus negative 5 over 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 0. You see that? And then we can factorize these first three terms. The first three terms. If you check, these first three terms are actually a product of a square binomial. It's a product of a square binomial. Remember that if you say a plus b squared, we get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, and then a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Remember that this is a product of a what? A binomial. You just take this x here and then this number here with its sign. So it's going to be x minus 5 over 2 and then squared like that. Okay, right, you can expand this if you want. You can expand this and see you are going to get this. Okay, this is how we factorize what? The product of a what? A square binomial. Okay, right, like here we just take this and then we just take this. It gives us this a minus b squared. Here we just take this, give us what? Gives us b a plus b squared. You see that? So it's the same thing here, same thing, right? And then now minus what? Minus minus, this is 25 over 4. 25 over 4 plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 0. Let's rearrange so that this one comes this side. So it becomes x minus 5 over 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 25 over 4. You see that now it is in this form. So now we can say the coordinates of b. Therefore, the coordinates of b are what? It is 5 over 2, and then from this, and then 3. Okay, these are the coordinates of b. Remember that. Right, the coordinates of b, 5 over 2 and 3. The x coordinate is 5 over 2, the y coordinate is 3. And then what next? Now we need to find the gradient of BC. We have managed to find what? To find the coordinates of B. So we can use the coordinates of B and C to find the gradient of BC. Okay. Right. Now let's just do that. So MBC is equal to, let's use 3 minus 1. So it's going to be 3 minus 1 over 5 over 2 minus 4. 5 over 2. If the fraction is giving problems, the calculator can even use 2,5 minus 4. So 5 over 2 minus 4. And then we get that the gradient is negative 4 over 3. So the gradient here of BC is negative 4 over 3. Okay, right. Now let's move on to the next part. But we said here the coordinates of B is what? 5 over 2, 3. And then the gradient of BC is equal to negative 4 over 3. Right. So now we have the gradient of BC, meaning that we can find the gradient of what? Of the tangent. The gradient of the tangent. Because the gradient of the tangent is what? Is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of what? Of BC. So therefore, the gradient of tangent is equal to 3 over 4. Okay, which is the negative reciprocal of this. If you want, you can do it this. You can say 4 over 3 times the tangent, gradient of tangent, to give us negative 1. You see that? And then you will get your 3 over 4 if you solve for the gradient of the tangent there. Okay, right. Now, can we find the equation of the tangent? We can find the equation of tangent because we have the gradient and our point C there. So we say y is equal to mx plus c, and then y is what? Y is 1. You're using point C there. Y is 1, and then equals to, and then m is 3 over 4. This one, 3 over 4. And then x is 4. X is 4. Then plus c. And then what we have? We have 1 is equal to 3 plus c. Therefore, c is equal to negative 2. Therefore, h of x is equal to 3 over 4 x minus 2. So we can write all this information that we have here. Remember, we have the coordinates there. We have the gradient of BC. We have the gradient of the tangent. We have the equation of h of x now, which is the tangent. Okay, right. Now you can pause here and make sure you have everything so that when you move to the next slide, you what? You have all the information that we have covered. Right, let's continue. Then what we want to find now, we have the equation of the tangent. Okay, but now we are told that, let's start by filling what we have. We say the equation of the tangent h of x is equal to 3 over 4 x minus 2. But now we're told that this h of x is equal to f of x plus px minus 2. Okay, so if you check here, we can easily see that t, we have our t, which is what? Negative 2 there. But what about p? Okay, so we need to find what f of x is first. We need to find the equation of f of x. Equation of f of x will be y is equal to mx, because this line is passing through the origin. Okay, and then the gradient change in y over change in x, 1 over 4. And then so it means f of x is equal to 1 over 4x. Right, remember this is h of x. Right, this is also h of x. So now where there's f of x, we put 1 over 4x. So it's going to be h of x. Let me write the first one, this one first, 3 over 4 x minus 2. And then the other one, h of x is equal to f of x is 1 over 4 x, then plus px minus 2. Right, so we can see here we can factor out x. We can factor out x from this one and say h of x is equal to 1 over 4 plus p x minus 2. You see that? So we have concluded and say that t is fine, is negative 2, but let's check x. So it means this 1 over 4 plus p is equal to 3 over 4. You see that? Coefficient of x here, coefficient of x there. So now we can say, therefore, 1 over 4 plus p is equal to 3 over 4. Okay, right, and then we can solve for p then. So p is equal to 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4, meaning that it is 2 over 4, which reduces to 1 over 2. See that? So we've managed to find the value of p. Therefore, p is equal to 1 over, just say 1 over 2, and then t is equal to negative 2. Done. So that's what we're supposed to do there. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to meet when we do our revision of the other paper.